Today we are going to start second chapter of IGCSE Physics, O-level Physics and Edexcel IGCSE Physics. Okay, basically the content of all the version on all syllabus is same. That's why I have mentioned the three courses. But the reason is that you can, when you will look at the syllabus of these three boards of Cambridge, then you will easily find out that the content is same in every version. Okay, that's why lectures will be same for all these courses. Okay, let's start with distance. Distance is defined as the length between 2 points is called distance. Length means, uh, for example, we have point A and point B. The distance from point A to B will be the length from point A to B will be the distance. For example, you are going from A to B in different direction. Suppose that one path is this one, and second path is you are moving by this pattern and reach at point B from A. So in both cases, the length is different, so we can say that there is no specified direction to cover the distance. That is why this is the scalar quantity. And for example, the distance from A to B is 10 kilometer, then 10 kilometer is only magnitude of that length. The reason is that the direction is not a straight line. There is no specified direction. You are changing from each point. If you look on these two paths, okay. The distance is represented by a symbol capital S. The unit of distance is measured in kilometer and kilometer also. Remember, the SI unit of distance is meter, so we always recommend you have to use the unit of distance in meter. Okay, sometime for a large length we recommend kilometer also. It depends upon the situation. When we solve the past paper, then I will give you all ideas how to convert the kilometer into meter, and where in which cases kilometer is required and in which cases you have to convert kilometer into meter. So you have to check out this scenario, and you have to check out the question of the Cambridge. Now, second point is displacement. This is a little bit similar, but only one difference is that in displacement we require direction. We have to told the direction to cover the distance between 2 points. For example, let's start with the definition of displacement. Distance covered by an object in specific direction. I have already highlighted specific direction. For example, I will give you a little bit idea. This is east, east, west, north, and south. Suppose that you want to go towards China, okay, and you are living at that position. So you have to if I told you where is China, then you have to give me the answer just like that. You have to move in north direction, and north direction, this is direction, and you have to cover roundabout. I will give you a little bit example. uh, you have to cover 2500 kilometer distance from your house, then you will reach China. So it means you are giving straight direction, and that is north, and you are asking the length of that distance is 2500 kilometer. So this is the magnitude, and north is in direction. In that case we will use a word that is displacement. We will not use here distance. Okay, so distance is a vector quantity, so we need magnitude and direction. But in that case there is no specified direction. You are changing the direction at every point. That is, so we can say the length from A to B is a distance, not a displacement. uh, 5 kilometer distance covered by the object towards east, west, north, and south. I have mentioned all the direction where an object can move. The unit of the displacement is also meter, and sometimes we use kilometer. It depends upon the situations. Okay, I hope you can easily understand the basics of the uh, displacement and distance. You have to remember for MCQs also which is scalar quantity and which is vector quantity. So I have told you in points form. Now we are moving towards the speed. Speed, we always, when anybody is moving on the road, we always say by which speed this vehicle, this motorbike, this aeroplane is moving. So to find out the speed of any object, any moving object, you have to focus on two parameters, that is the distance covered by an object per unit time. It means your body, how much distance is covering in specific time. For example, if your body cover 1 meter distance in 1 second, then your speed will be 1 meter per second. Okay, the speed, the formula of speed is distance per unit time. Speed is represented by v, distance is represented by capital S, time is represented by small t. Remember, capital T is used to represent the time period, and sometimes we use a capital T for temperature also. Okay, but in that case we will use small t. Distance is measured in meter and time in second. It is system international unit. Sometimes we used kilometer per hour. If you look on the bike or car speed meter, where you will see the your meter is recording the speed in kilometer per hour. Okay, distance and time both are scalar quantity. So speed is also a scalar quantity. It is very simple. So remember, for MCQs, speed is scalar, distance is scalar, time is scalar, only displacement is vector quantity. Now I have right here one example to understand how we can find out the speed of any moving object. Uh, a cyclist a cyclist complete 100-meter stage of race in 20 seconds. What was his speed? The question is that there is one person uh, which has which is covering a distance of 100-meter stage in 20 seconds. Find the distance. So distance is 100 meter, time is 20 seconds, and you have to find the speed. So apply the formula distance. Okay, uh, we are just wait. Okay, today's net issue. So apply the formula, and distance is 100,000 meter, time is 20, then you will easily find out the speed, that is 50 meter per second. It means this person which is taking part in the race is covering 50-meter distance in 1 second. It is very high speed of that person. Okay, next is average speed. Remember, in paper P4 of IGCSE and P2 of O level physics, we also find out that this question. And one thing more, uh, it is very important in exam point of view, because in paper 4, the first question of paper 4 and paper 2 of O level physics, that is related to motion. Okay, so it is very important. I will give you all the key points how to handle such type of graphical question. uh, so average speed, what is average speed? Total distance between 2 points divided by total time taken to cover between 2 points. It means there are different path in which body is moving, and each path is covered by in different time intervals. So in that case, we use a term that is average speed. We never use here term only speed. We will use the term average speed. Average speed is equal to, you have to divide total distance covered by the object to the total time taken. For example, I have drawn simplest example for your understanding. For example, you want to move from A to B, and there are three track where the person can move. For example, in first track, the body covered 20-meter distance in 10 seconds. And in second track or second road, if you want to say road, then you can also use a term road. In second road and in second track, the person is covering a distance of 25 meter in 15 seconds, and in third track, the body covering again 20-meter distance in 5 seconds. So what will be the average speed? So average speed means you have to add all these length, 20 meter, 25 meter, and 20 meter, divided by total time taken, 10 plus 15 plus 5 seconds. Uh, Divide both terms, you will get 2.17 meter per second. It means on average, if you say on average, the body has covered 2.17 meter in 1 second. This is the average speed. If you want to find the speed on each track, then it will be different. For this one, it will be 20 divided by 10, 2 meter. In that case, it will be little bit different. In that case is 4 meter per second. So on average, we will say the body is covering 2.17 meter per second. Okay, so next is distance time graph. This is very important in exam point of view, that I have mentioned all the key points so that you can easily handle the past paper. Okay, so first question is that first point or first graph of distance time is related to when body is at rest. When body is at rest, then which type of graph you can see or you have to draw on the paper, it will be like this one. I will give you a little bit idea of that graph. Remember, there are two terminology: distance and time. Distance is dependent quantity and time is independent quantity. Time does not depend on anything. It is working on continuously without any hesitation. So the dependent quantity, that is distance, is always taken on y-axis, and independent quantity is taken on horizontal x-axis. Okay, for when you have to draw between two quantities, then you have to remember dependent always taken on y-axis and independent always taken on x-axis. Okay, here time is given in seconds, 1 2 3 4 5, as so on, and distance is given in meter. The graph is 0. The reading on my axis is 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100 meter. So the line is here on, the line is starting from 0 meter and is moving in horizontal path, and this line is parallel to the x-axis. Remember how we can say that this is the graph of the object that is at rest. You have to check out the method. At when time is 1 meter, so sorry, when time is 1 second, then you have to move upward. The graph is here. You have to move backward on y-axis. So when time was 1 second, the distance is 100 meter. Then time is moving forward. Time is 2 seconds. Then again check out the graph. It is, the distance is 100 meter. Again, when time is 3 seconds, again it is touching that line. I will draw here for your understanding. When time is 3 seconds, the line is cutting at that point. You have to move on this side. It is 100 meter. Again check, look at that. When time is 4 seconds and again distance is 100 meter. It means you are looking any object that is 100 meter away from you, and time is passing out. The distance of that object is still at zero, at 100 meter. So it means the body is not changing its position, so we can say that it is at rest or it is at stationary position. So this horizontal line, when you see in distance time graph and the line is horizontal or parallel to the x-axis, then you have to say that the body is at rest. Body at rest means the speed of the object is zero. It means it is not moving. Clear? So 2 points here that is very important. That is because the question, these are the key point. The question is asked from these two key points in paper 2 or in paper 4 of IGCSE and paper 2 of O level physics. Okay, remember, area under the curve of the distance time graph give us no information. First point. Second point is that if you find out the gradient or slope of that of distance time graph curve, then it will give you speed. Okay, again I'm repeating, if in exams you find out distance time graph and you have to find the speed, then you have to measure the gradient of that curve. Okay, now I am giving you some example how to find, we can find out the gradient and area. Okay, what is gradient? Gradient mean here, gradient is equal to rise over run. How rise over run mean how much you are moving vertically, y2 minus y1, over how much you are moving on horizontal axis, x2 minus x1. If you look here in above example, I will, yeah, here look at that. You have, when you have to find the gradient of any curve, then you have to find the gradient, when then you have to select 2 points. For example, I am selecting here, first point is here and second point is here. Okay, so formula is rise over run. Rise mean y2 minus y1. You have to find the interval on x-axis. So this is 2 point, you have to move on that side where it will touch the y-axis. This is your y1. Okay, and this is your y2. The to find the value of y2, you have to move back here. This is equal to 100. I have placed 100 meter minus y1 is the, this point is y1. Then move horizontally and check the value of from y-axis. It is again 100 meter. I have placed 100 meter here. Okay, now you have to find the value of x2 and x1. Move again, check the graph uh, where you have select y2, then move vertically downward and find out the value from the x-axis, that is 2. So this is 2 seconds. It is a value of x2. And where is y1? Again move vertically downward and find out the value. It is 1 second. Then the value of x1 is 1 second. 100 meter minus 100 meter is equal, it means it is cut out 0 meter, and 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. 0 divided by 1, you will find 0 meter per second. So it means your body is at rest, as I have already told that the speed of object is 0. Now I will give you how we can say that this graph gives us a speed. Remember, on y-axis it is you can check, this is the reading of distance. It means y2 and y1 is showing s2 minus s1. S is the symbol of distance. If you look on x-axis, here you can check out, this is the reading of time. So x2 is equal to t2 and x1 is t1. This is the time interval in which you are finding the speed of the object. Okay, so distance over time is equal to speed. This is our as I have already told above, what is the definition of speed: distance covered by the object. So body is at rest. Is it clear? Remember, these 2 points is very important. I am repeating again and again so that you can easily understand the importance of that topic. Now I have give the about area. Why area is not moving any information of distance time graph. Remember, area under the curve. When you have to find the area under the curve, then it is equal to length multiplied by width. So if you move in diagram here, this is the length is representing the time, and this is the width represented the distance. So distance multiplied by time, uh, it is no formula in physics. Okay, remember, the hint is that speed is equal to distance over time. When you are multiplying the time with distance, we got a formula: speed multiplied by time is equal to distance. But from graph we are obtaining distance multiplied by time. So if you compare these two terms, you can check we have the correct formula, that is speed multiplied by time. So this is incorrect formula. So distance, from distance time graph we can, the from distance time graph, the area under the curve, we will find no information. Only gradient is helpful to find the speed of the object. I have categorized the all lectures that is related to graph in around about 4 lectures, so that you can easily differentiate the things. Now, when body is moving with constant speed, this is again the distance time graph, but when the body is moving constant speed mean, I have right here, where an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time. It means of equal interval and equal distance. This is two things you have to understand here. For example, in first 5 minutes, if a body cover 10-meter distance in first 5 seconds, and in next 5 seconds again body is covering 10-meter distance, it means in equal interval of 5 seconds body is covering 10-meter distance in equal time interval. That is why we can say that the speed of the body is not changing. So we can say that body is moving with constant speed. So in that case, the graph will be straight line. Straight line shows that object is moving with constant speed. And sometimes you will see a term uniform speed. Uniform means there is no change in the speed of the object. Is it clear? Now look at that. Suppose that this is the graph of any moving object. uh, Here you have to check out, that is time. It is taken in seconds, and this is the distance is taken in meter. Remember, you can check here, I have made all the arrows for your understanding. In first 5 seconds body is covering distance 10 meter. Then in next 5 seconds, 5 plus 5 is 10. Body is again covering 10 plus 10, 20. Mean again 10, if you take interval 20 minus 10, it is 10, around about 10 meter. Okay. And in next 5 seconds, body is again covering a distance again 10 meter here, and look at that, just like that. Okay. If you look on this point, body is again covering in 5 seconds, body is covering 10 meter. 30 plus 10 again 40. So in equal time interval, equal distance is covered, so body is moving with constant speed. In that case, when you have to find the gradient, then you have to select any 2 points. Either you want to find out the you are selecting first point and second point, just as I have mentioned here. For example, I am selecting this point and this point. You have to find the slope or gradient of that, but so then you can easily find out the speed of the moving object. uh, if line is curved and you want to find the gradient, then you have to select any 2 points, as I have selected these 2 points. Then you have to move from this point vertical downward till there where it will cut. Okay, no, not more than this one, you have to stretch it up. So we have make this triangle. uh, I am highlighting it. This is the our triangle. Now formula is rise over run. How much rise? This is the uh, rise, and this is the run. This is the run. Okay, this is rise and this is run. To find the rise, you have to uh, you have to check the value of y2 and y1. This point is showing value of y2, and this point, where this point, you have to move from this point there, and you will check 10. This is y1, and then you have to move in downward direction here, and you will find the value of x2, and from that point you have to move downward and you will find value of x1. Is it clear? This is the value of this point, will show the value of y2, and this point will show the value of y1. When you are moving vertical downward, it will cut the horizontal line on x-axis. It will show the x2 and it will show the value of x1. Is it clear? Now you have to put the value from the graph on that formula, then you can easily find out the uh, result. I will give you the, yes, y2 is 20 meter minus y1 is 10, x2 is 10, x1 is 5. 20 minus 10 is equal to 10 meter divided by 5. You will find 2 meter per second. It means your body is moving with 2 meter per second speed. So gradient represent the speed. That's why I have right here. It is the speed of the moving object. Now this graph is very important for your understanding. Uh, Remember, this is a general graph of any moving body. uh, Here vertically it is showing distance traveled, and this is show the time in minutes, that how much distance is covered by the object in minutes. If you look in uh, in that line from 0 to 5 minutes, the body is gradually gaining the speed, mean low speed. Okay, the speed is slow. If you look on that slope, the slope is steepest, so it means the body is moving with high speed as compared to a. But in that case, the line is straight, horizontal, as I have told you. When the line is horizontal and parallel to the x-axis of distance time graph, then this line will show that the body is at rest. So you have to check out this situation, and then you have to uh, select the option from MCQs. And but remember, in paper 4 and paper 2 of O level and paper 4 of IGCSE, they will give you a data. You have to draw the graph. How you have to draw the graph? Remember, first of all, you have to draw the uh, y-axis and x-axis just like that. Then you have to write the quantity which you are taking in x-axis, and then you have to mention the unit of that quantity. Okay, then you have to write down which quantity you are taking in y-axis, and then with that quantity you have to mention the unit. For example, I am measuring the distance in meter. So these, by doing this, you will get around about 2 marks, and then you have to draw the graph according to the given data. Then you will get 4 marks of that graph. So mostly this question comes in around about 4 to 5 marks. Is it clear? And next is last points for your, this is that very important in MCQs, because most of the MCQs are asked in from these situation. As I have told you that when body is at rest, the graph will be just like that for stationary body. When body is moving with uniform motion or constant speed, both terms can be used. Then graph will be straight line. And the last one is this is very important. uh, Look at that distance time graph. The line is not straight, not horizontal, but it is little bit curved here. It means if you look on this side, the body is gradually gaining the speed, and it means body is as at the start of the event. You can check in start of the time, the distance is little bit low, but uh, from this side the curve is uh, gaining more steeper and steeper. It means it is moving in that direction. I have mentioned the direction of the graph. It means it is moving upward direction. So it means the body is moving with increasing speed. So for non-uniform motion with speed increasing, but in that case you can check the graph, and the graph from the start is straight, but from that side it is bending. It means speed is decreasing from that portion. So we can say that this is non-uniform speed and body speed is decreasing. So you have to check out the scenario. You have to understand the lines, the pattern of the lines, by which you can easily define the terminology. Okay, this is again a question that I have taken from IGCSE book. This is the graph of a train. A train is covering a distance in kilometer, and time is taken in hours. Okay, you have to find out the speed from uh, round about yes, 80 kilometer, and time is 1 hour. Okay, the question is that you have to find, it has given you the data. This is the rise, this is the run. It means you have to find the speed of this patch during this line. So we apply the formula. This is the distance time graph. Then you have to find out the gradient. The question they have given you the value of distance and time also. So distance is given 80 kilometer as it is mentioned in question, and time is 1 hour. It will be equal to 80 kilometer per hour. If you want to convert in meter per second, then kilo, the value of kilo is 1000. In 1 hour we have 3600 seconds. So you have to divide these terms, you will get 22.22 meter per second. It means your train is covering 22.22 meter in 1 second. I think this is the question, all data is given, and so you have to, it is easy question for you. Now, speed time graph I will give, we will discuss in coming lectures, lecture number 2. Till now, if you have any query, you can write in comment also. You can also approach me with my contact number also, that is given in description. Sure. And the yearly past paper, the series of yearly past paper has been started, and you can check the separate playlist uh, of each topic in my YouTube channel. Okay, Allah Hafiz.